What's up, everybody? John Eric Poli here with My MMA News, and today's guest is the number 3 ranked bantamweight contender in the world. That, of course, is Rob Font, who fights Cody Garbrandt on May 22nd in the main event of UFC Vegas 27. So Rob is going to talk to us today about camp, about the fight, and about just the bantamweight division as a whole. So without any further ado, let's bring Rob in here. Rob, how you doing, my man? Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me on, man. I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
Hey, I can't complain. Thank you so much for asking. I appreciate it. And Rob, man, we're all want to know. I know you're excited for the big fight here, and we're gonna get more into that in a second. But right now, here we are, mid-April. Just how is camp going as you prepare for what is probably the biggest fight of your life so far?
Camp's going smooth, man. I'm a little sore right now. I mean, just got done strength and conditioning earlier today, but besides, the average aches and bumps and bruises and just being sore, everything else is going smooth. The weight's good. Sparring's been great. All my training partners and teammates been a huge support in this camp. So yeah, we're ready. Just gotta make it to the fight. That's it.
So let's talk now about Cody a little bit here. Of course, he is a former champion. Just tell us your thoughts on him as an opponent and what it's going to take to beat a guy like him.
Cody Garbrandt, he's a former champ, like you said, a huge name in the division, a heavy hitter in the division. A great wrestling background, comes from a great team. So all over, it's a tough fight. Like I said, huge name. He's fought for the belt already, won the belt, lost the belt. He's been there, done that. And he's exciting. There's a reason why they gave him that title shot. So, after obviously 4 back-to-back wins, and then he puts on a show for the fans. So I'm excited. Like I said, he's another big name. That's exactly what I need.
So, like you were saying there a little bit, people were so big on Cody for the longest time, and for good reason, too. I mean, he ran through the division quickly. He got a title fight at a young age, won the title, of course, at a young age. Then all of a sudden, I mean, things kind of went south, and people started writing him off after the 3 straight knockout losses. Of course, he had a lot of injuries, but then when he returned last summer against Rafael Sunsao, had that huge knockout win, it kind of seemed like he was reminding everybody that he still has that championship level form to him. So is that the Cody Garbrandt that you're preparing for, the guy that was the former champion and kind of that guy that we saw knock out a Sunsao in such dramatic fashion?
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm expecting him to come in there, brand new fighter, fresh, um, being smart, making educated decisions. But my plan is to go in there, frustrate him, and get that wild, crazy Cody to come out, and hopefully capitalize on that. But he looked good his last fight. He had the 2 back-to-back versus TJ, um, and then came back in and beat Asante. So yeah, actually no, I'm sorry, he had a 2 back-to-back with TJ, and then the Pedro Munoz fight. So like he definitely took some damage. In those fights, came back looking clean versus Sansao. But again, you get knocked out and finished the way he was. It's only a matter of time before it happens again. And I feel like I have enough power, enough speed, and enough, and definitely a longer reach to him to hurt him early, be smart, and then put him away towards the later rounds.
So is this a fight then that's going to be one that the fans want to tune into on May 22nd, that you guys are going to go out there, you're going to trade and bang and put on a show for everybody?
100%, bro. Dana White knows what he's doing. He wouldn't put it as a main event for no reason. He knows we're both going to bring the fight. Cody Garbrandt's style is entertaining, no matter who he fights. So, he's going to bring it. I'm planning on bringing it, and it's going to be fireworks for sure.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it. And, with everything going on, I almost feel like people, I want to say, are sleeping on this fight. But, obviously you have Dillashaw coming back in Sandhagen the same month. Of course, the whole Jan and Sterling drama that's been going on ever since they fought. Do you feel that people need to pay attention to this fight and that this may indeed be the title elimination fight in this division?
100%, man. This is definitely, if I go out there and put on an amazing performance and finish, I believe I'm definitely in the conversation for sure. Depending on how that TJ and Corey fight turns out, my plan is that's a boring fight. I come in and me and Cody put on a great fight, and I get that title shot. But but right there, man, I'm definitely either one or two behind for the title shot, and I'm excited because again, a platform, a main event, a big name like Cody, I go in there and put him away. Definitely could shake up the division and get that title shot. If not, the next title eliminator shot for sure.
So let's just say hypothetically here, right? Everything goes your way here in the main event on May 22nd. Obviously, we just learned Sterling saying that he's going to be out sometime with a neck injury. If all goes well, the UFC comes to you and says, "Hey, Rob Font, do you want a interim title fight?" And obviously, if you get the win, then you're interim champion. You'll get an undisputed championship. Is that something down the road that would interest you? Obviously, I know you're not looking past Cody because that's a tall order at hand there, but would that interest you?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly never didn't think about it that way. Especially, now that Aljamain's going to be out for a little bit. If they throw that out, I definitely would jump on it. Wouldn't mind having an interim belt, So, yeah, I'll definitely jump on the opportunity for sure if it pops up. I honestly didn't think about it.
Well, this is just something that I, thought of the other day as I was preparing for this interview because when I look at this bantamweight division, it's stacked. I mean, it's like murderer's row. Anyone in like the top 10 could possibly be champion one day. So if there's an injury like that, it kind of slows things up. And I would love to see in a situation like this an interim title fight. If Sterling is indeed going to be out up to 9 months, I'm not sure exactly what the timetable is, but I saw that number thrown out somewhere. But if he's going to be out an extended period of time, should the UFC look into doing something to help further move along the division in such a crowded 135-pound division?
I definitely think so. Like you said, like we got like basically a tournament going on right now. So, and then the champ's out. So like we're all sitting here waiting. So I don't see why not. That would be pretty cool to bring that belt back to Boston. So I'm definitely in.
All right, Rob. Now you've been great here talking about camp, talking about Cody, the division. I do have a few questions though asking about you, and I want to start with just your performances as of late. You are red hot. You looked great in your last three fights, especially in that win over Marlon Moraes. You looked fantastic in that fight. Is this the best Rob Font that the world has seen to date?
Yeah, I feel like I'm really putting it together. That my last loss versus Asante, I really felt like just wasn't putting it all together as far as being an MMA fighter. It was just kind of like just going out there trying to knock them out. I wasn't trying to put it all together with the wrestling and the striking. I feel like now I'm putting it all together. And like I said, I know I have power. I know I'm slick. I just gotta, like I said, be careful with the takedowns, be smart with it, and then just let my sorry, my hands go, and eventually they're gonna land. And with the way I hit and how precise I am, like you can't take too many shots. So I think this is gonna be a great fight and a huge opportunity for me to expose Cody's chin and put him out.
What is it to that you said? Like you said there, you're starting to tie everything together. Like, I guess how exactly did that happen? Was this just you maturing as a fighter? Like, was it something you saw on film that you realized you could be doing things different in other areas? Like, what exactly was it that kind of helped you come full circle and start beating guys the way you've been winning?
Yeah, no, I just constantly was just in the wrestling room, really, just constantly in the wrestling room, constantly working with the jiu-jitsu guys and just not keeping it just striking, wasn't that I wasn't doing that before, just wasn't doing as much as I am now, So I think that, and then just, switching the mindset to just going out there and have fun. I think I did put a little bit too much on myself for that Asante fight, and I think I was too worried about what I could get after winning that fight instead of just winning the fight. Before the fight, obviously during camp, I think I was too focused on everything that could happen if you want to beat a guy like that. And once I kind of got, switched my mindset and kind of, threw that away and just kind of focused on just having fun and just getting into a fight and just flowing a little better, just it started connecting. And then again, I went 3 in a row. So with the finish over Marlon Rice, now we're in the main event. So we just got to keep that momentum flowing.
I hear you, man, and we know that you're Boston strong there. So I want to ask you a question about the hometown there. The New England area has been known throughout the years of producing some world-class talent. Of course, Rocky Marciano way back in the day, longtime heavyweight champion. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, who just passed away. Of course, he's a Massachusetts guy. How about the great Kenny Floyd? I just had him on the program about 2 weeks ago. Of course, yourself. What is it about you New Englanders that has you guys so tough and been producing all this world-class talent that the world has been used to seeing throughout the years?
I'm blaming it on the snow, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Once it starts snowing, you have nothing to do but train, you know, nothing but do nothing to do but train. And I really do believe that those gray, cold days make you tougher. So I'm gonna say it's the snow, bro.
Hey, I could attest to that because I live in northeastern Pennsylvania, and I don't know how it was up in Boston, Mass. I'm gonna guess that it was how it was here. Did you guys get hammered with snow this year?
100%, man. It was horrible.
So, do you feel the same way too? Like, for me, it's like, oh, I don't have to go to the gym and get a lift in now because I'm outside shoveling freaking 2 feet of snow outside there. Is that like an extra workout for you guys, though?
I try to do that. My coaches won't let that slide, though, but I try.
Oh, I love it. All right, Rob. Thank you so much for the time today. Before you roll out, though, social media, management, sponsors, anything like that you want to give a plug to, please feel free to do so.
Definitely, man. First off, just thank you for having me on. Huge shout out to all my friends, family, all my supporters, coaches, anybody that supports me. Shout out to Premier Mortgage, Top Game Management, and again, thanks for having me on, bro.
Rob, no problem at all, man. Thanks again for all the time here today. Best of luck to you in your fight. Again, to remind everybody, Rob is fighting in the main event on May 22nd at UFC Vegas 27, taking on former world champion Cody Garbrandt. It's going to be a banger of a fight. Can't wait to see it. I'm sure all of you guys feel the same way. And as always, now before I roll out, just remind everybody, go to MyMMANews. We have great content that comes out there 7 days a week. Go to our social media accounts, give us a like and a follow. And also, please don't forget, subscribe to this YouTube channel, because if you do, you'll get notified and see more great interviews just like this one. And as always, guys, I appreciate all the views, and I appreciate everybody going to MyMMANews as well and checking out our work and my colleagues' work as well. We'll see you later, everybody.